Damn, it smells good. D85. Let's go. Alright, so we're going to do a first start with E85. Let's see how close I've gotten the fueling. That's going to be the biggest test, but just by pouring that right there, I can already tell this thing is going to be nice. It's going to smell so sweet. It's on a corn-fed diet, so let's see how it goes. Mixture of regular gas and the E85, but it's already smelling sweet. Oh, that's so nice. So nice. Alright, I'm gonna mess with it for a minute, get a little video of it, and then we'll call that good. So first off, let's go ahead, we're going to look at the volumetric efficiency. So you can see a lot of the fueling that's in yellow along that section is everything that I had to bump up so that the E85 consumption matches what regular gas would be. So now moving that out of the way, you can kind of see right here where anytime I would hit the gas, any throttle percentage, it would shoot it up and down. So I was trying to get all that leveled out. I played with it for a little bit, around 80%. It didn't really like it too much, so I had to bump that up. I went to 90% on the VE table, which for anybody new to tuning, the VE table is your volumetric efficiency, and it basically, so it's not the only thing that controls your fuel. So basically you have your volumetric efficiency, which is basically your duty cycle for fueling. And then you have your pulse width, your injectors calculator. All those play into your fueling, and then also your ignition. So your ignition, the timing table, which I do pull up in a second. So with that, your injector's pulse width, which usually, like I have my Deechworks 740cc injectors. If you go on to the manufacturer's site, they'll have every single one that you need for your pulse width through each bolt. And all you got to do is match it. ECU Masters doesn't have 740cc injector like a general parameter. So I have it set for the DW800s, and I just adjusted my pulse width and my calculations on voltage for the pulse width through what the site says. So here what we're looking at is the boost, my reference for the boost. It's just kind of basic. I have it all dialed back to 1, just because with this motor being freshly built, I'm not trying to go to 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds off the rip. Right here you can see the cranking fuel, which I had to bump it up a little bit, which I'll probably have to go even more because it struggles to start. Even before I did E85, it struggled to start. So launch control, which isn't activated at the time. But see, you can see here, look at the air fuel. It's in the purple, second one down. It is all over the place. So I've been working on that to get that situated when it's under any kind of throttle. with any kind of throttle, I'm getting that situated where it's a good fine line. Right here you can see the ignition table. This one's kind of soft. Still need to do more work. Obviously I'm doing the tuning as I'm going, but you can see it's kind of just a soft timing table. And right here, back to the tune log, I noticed as I was giving it little bits of gas, I noticed the AFR right there in the bottom right jumping all the way to like 20%. I was like, or 20 on the actual. My target obviously is 14.3, and I seen it jumping. I was like, okay, hold on, let's go ahead and see if I can figure out what it's trying to do. So I have one small little section right there where it cleaned up pretty nice. But anytime I'm on gas, that's where I'm still working on it. Anytime I hit the throttle, that's where it's still got to be fixed. But based off what I'm looking at and how the car is acting, a lot of the percentages in the VE table need to come up. So I have some cells that are at 115%, and it runs really smooth in that range. So I'll have to go through, completely fix all that stuff up. But you can see here, it starts to really clean up. Right there, I start to see around 15 to 16 on the AFR target, and that's pretty much where I want it to be. I want it to be a little bit lean, but not so much that, you know, you can lean pop the car or something. Really don't want to go through the process of tearing the motor down and redoing all that. So this is just like a little introduction for me and anybody else who is looking to start tuning. I've only tuned for a little while, not very long, and as long as you understand the values and the parameters of a motor and what they like and what they don't like, tuning is not that hard. Obviously the hardest part is going to be going into the software to understand that part of it, but once you start to get familiar with the software, which ECU Masters I've gotten very familiar with, it makes it a lot easier to tune pretty much anything, as long as you have all your documentation of the parts that are on the car, injectors, what type of fuel pump, what type of fuel, everything will start to mend together, and it'll be a lot easier to get tuned and started and everything. My biggest hurdle was whenever I went to the coil on plug conversion, I had the AEM disc and it did not want to connect, so crank and cam triggers did not want to sync up. I ended up going back to the stock trigger wheel, and that in essence basically made my life 1,000 times easier, because I had the car running on the distributor obviously, and I just repopulated those settings into the ECU and boom, started, no problem. The only thing that I've had issues with is getting the fueling right. So now that I'm doing E85 and I'm understanding that it needs a lot more percentage, a lot more duty cycle, then I'm golden now. But we'll go ahead and lay out and listen. You can hear throughout the entire video where I'm working the tune in. You can definitely hear the fuel cuts, ignition cuts. That's what the pops and the bangs are. So just a little quick oversight into what I'm doing with the car, and basically the whole shebang of how this is all coming together for me. took me a minute. I had to go way up on the VE table, which is volumetric efficiency. I had to go way up on that. But damn, it smells good in here. My eyes ain't burning. That's good. That is really good. But I'm not gonna go too long on this. It just smells good, boys and girls. Oh, it's so nice. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. That's a bad one. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one here. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for coming. Don't forget to tap that bell so you can get notifications every time I post. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.